Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School as we are getting ready for Boys Varsity Basketball action on what is a Thursday night in January. And the Holgate Tigers have made the long trip over from Henry County to take on the Aces here on the Aces home turf tonight. The junior varsity game went to the Tigers, and the Aces are going to look to bounce back and put another one in the win column here on their home floor this evening. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Calling the action for you this evening. Brian Williams is up here in the broadcast position with me, helping out keeping stats, and every now and then if I'm at a loss for words, he'll sometimes supply me with some needed vocabulary. And behind the camera, Mr. Chris Warner, doing his usual great job. Now we're going to get ready to introduce the teams, so while they're doing that on the floor, we'll pass along the starting lineups for you here on the microphones. First off, the visiting Holgate Tigers here tonight. They'll be starting number 11, junior Bailey Sonnenberg at 5'8". Number 12 is 5'7" senior Luke Wenner. Number 15, 6'3" senior Ethan Sparks. Number 24 is 5'11" junior Gavin Kupfersmith. And number 35 getting the start tonight, that is 6'3" senior Blake Hattemer. On the Aces side, well, you're pretty familiar with everybody starting by now, I'm sure. Getting the start tonight, number 1, 6 foot even, and a senior, Travian Tunis. Number 2 is 5'7" sophomore Josh Myers. Number 5, 6'6" junior, or make that 6'6" sophomore, Jackson Bergman. Number 10, 6 foot senior Jacob Miller. And number 22, 6'2" junior, Landon Turnbull. So those are going to be the starting lineups. Head coaches tonight, Bradley Hurst for the Holgate Tigers, and of course, Tony Tier for the homestanding Aces. Glad to have you here with us. Big thanks to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships underwriting our Aces basketball coverage tonight. Getting ready to jump center circle, it's going to be Bergman against Hattemer. And the tip controlled by the Aces. Tunis comes up with the ball. And we're underway. Glad to have you here with us on Hicksville Community Television tonight. And muffed pass, turns it over to the Tigers early on. Kupfersmith will get the ball in to Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg guarded by Greer, gets it across the timeline. Wenner feeds it inside, nothing there. Hattemer gets it back out to Wenner. Wenner's going to drive into the paint, pull-up jumper. It'll be off the back of the iron, no good. Board comes down to Travian Tunis, who quickly launches it over to Turnbull, back to Tunis, and then to Myers. Now Miller and Tunis. Tunis loses the handle, gets it back to Myers. We'll reset again. Aces are going to work their offense around the perimeter. And the ball knocked loose, scooped up by Bergman. Bergman, up and in. Jackson Bergman with the layup and the first points of the night. It's 2-0 Aces. Here come the Tigers looking to answer. Wenner with the ball. Bounce pass. And they feed it down low into the paint. Nothing there. Looking for some help. They kick it back out. Driving in, and again finding nothing. Now over onto the wing, shot is up from three-point land, no good. That was Kupfersmith took the shot, by the way, and that'll be a foul. The ball does not go down, but Landon Turnbull will go to the line to shoot 2. 24, Kupfersmith. Or Kupfersmith, I apologize. So Kupfersmith gets his first, team foul number 1. Landon Turnbull at the line to shoot 2. Boom. Turnbull will get one more. Gets them both. Aces coming into this game with an overall record of 7-2. They are 1-0 in the GMC, so they're looking to stay undefeated in the league here tonight. Bergman gets his first personal and team foul number 1. And on the line to shoot 2 would be Luke Wenner. His team down by 4. Wenner misses. Bounced on the back and on the front of the iron and would not go down. Wenner will get the second shot. And he misses that one too. Bergman grabs the rebound, tosses it over to Tunis. Tunis will leave the ball for Josh Myers, and Myers will take it across the timeline with 4:50, or make that 5:54. Long shot, no good, but Bergman grabs the rebound. Nice, as Landon Turnbull somehow managed to keep that ball in the hands of the Aces. Jake Miller over to Myers. Myers back to Turnbull. Landon sees a lane, feeds it down to Bergman, up and in. Assist on the play from Landon Turnbull, and Bergman gets his 4th point of the night. Going in, laying it up, no good. The rebound back to the Tigers. Now Cooper Smith, he'll kick it back out to Wenner. Wenner will toss it over to Sonnenberg. And that's going to be Miller drawing the foul on Bailey Sonnenberg.
Foul number 10, Jake Miller, his first, team second.
Team foul number 2 on the Aces. Common foul. Wenner looks to get the ball in. Does. Sonnenberg over to Cooper Smith. Back to Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg, bounce pass to Wenner. Wenner over to Cooper Smith. Down in the corner, back to Sonnenberg. Guarded by Bergman, bounce pass. Shot up, no good. Loose ball, grabbed by Cooper Smith. Shot was taken by Hattemer. Cooper Smith to Wenner. The shot is no good, and Tunis grabs the rebound. Landon Turnbull now to Miller. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull, turnaround jumper, no good. Grabbed by Hattemer. Hattemer will get the ball to Sonnenberg. He'll take it across the timeline with 4:11 left in the opening quarter. Cooper Smith puts it up behind the backboard. Partially blocked, so they'll retain possession. Cooper Smith gets it into Wenner. Bergman guarding him. Wenner, quick move. Kicks it out to number 15, Sparks. Sparks shot no good, put back. Hattemer, no good. And Turnbull grabs the board. Myers now. And Bergman, as they'll work the wheel, long three, bang! Landon Turnbull. Almost an NBA three from Turnbull, and makes it 9-0, and the Tigers have seen enough. Coach Hurst calls the timeout. Quick 30-second timeout here early on, as you got to kind of feel for them. As we Aces fans know, we've seen a few games where the Aces have come out and just been ice cold from the floor to start the game. And that looks sort of like the situation that the Tigers are dealing with here tonight, is they've had their fair share of shots. They just haven't been able to get anything to drop through the hoop. So Coach Hurst talks to his team. They'll break huddle.
Once again, that 50-50 was
3:34. Is that your 50-50 number, Brian?
1705.
Oh, well. Inbounds, and here come the Tigers. They're down by 9. Bailey Sonnenberg calling out the play, takes it across the timeline. Tosses it over to Abe Kelly in the game now, number 23. And almost stolen away, but the Tigers get it back. Kelly with the ball. Out on no man's land. He drives in, bounce pass down low, then they'll kick it right back out to Sonnenberg and back to Kelly again. Now Wenner. Wenner dribbles it off his foot, but Kelly is there to recover it. Gets it back to Wenner. Now Wenner will feed it out to Sonnenberg. His shot, no good, and accidentally kicked out of bounds by Jake Miller. And Miller just put his hands on either side of his head going, I can't believe I did that. Turnbull will come into the game. Bergman will have a rest. Also checking into the game for the Aces in that last play was Mason Slattery, number 12. Wenner inbounds to Hattemer. To Sonnenberg now, guarded by Tunis. Sonnenberg takes it into the tall timber and is not able to get the shot to fall. Turnbull takes it across the timeline, feeds it back to Tunis. Tunis to Myers. Myers reverses court and flips it over to Turnbull. In the corner to Tunis with a three-point, good look up, no good. Board grabbed by Hattemer, tosses it to Kelly. Kelly goes coast to coast and puts it up and in. Abe Kelly gets the Tigers their first 2 points of the night. 9-2 Aces with 2:13 left in their first quarter. Myers across the timeline to Slattery. Slattery bounce pass down to Turnbull. Turnbull turnaround jumper off the glass and good. 7 points now for Turnbull, unofficially. On the other end of the floor, Wenner. For the Tigers, Bergman getting ready to check back in for the Aces. Sonnenberg tries to feed it inside to Hattemer, and it's taken away. Tunis now for the Aces. Myers down low to Miller. Miller rolling around loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow should give it to the Tigers. Bergman back into the game for the Aces as Tunis will take a breather, and into the game for Holgate, Sam Medina, number 50. Will give him some muscle underneath the hoop. Sonnenberg will bring the ball across the timeline with 1:22 to go in our opening quarter. Sonnenberg tosses it over to Wenner, back to Sonnenberg. And now to Kelly on the wing. I'll work it around. Wenner guarded by, now back into Sonnenberg's hand. He nearly loses it. Guarded by Slattery. And now Kelly with the ball. Being faced by Bergman. He'll toss it back to Sonnenberg with 52. Sonnenberg goes in and is going to get fouled. And that'll probably be on Josh Myers.
Foul number 2, Josh Myers, his first, team third.
Myers picks up his first. And team foul number 3 for the Aces. He'll come out of the game, and Travian Tunis will be back on the floor for Hicksville. Holgate looking to get the ball in. They launch it, and Kelly comes down with it, guarded by Tunis. Kelly trying to make something happen. Nothing there. Bounce pass down low. Cooper Smith manages to get it off to Kelly. Had a brief power fluctuation. Somebody. All right. So hopefully we are back with you now. Turnbull with a bucket to make it 13-2 Aces. Long shot up off the iron and no good. Landon Turnbull grabs the rebound for Hicksville, and we come back the other way. Tunis, pull-up jumper is good. Tunis with the bucket to make it 15-2. 7:05 to go, and what's shaping up to maybe be a long first half for the Holgate Tigers here tonight. Bailey Sonnenberg with the ball, guarded by Bergman. Sonnenberg kicks it off to Wenner. Wenner down into the corner to Sonnenberg. He goes through traffic, lays it up, and it just dribbles along the edge of the rim and falls out. No score. Myers gets the rebound, gets it to Tunis, and now to Miller, and back to Myers on the wing. Tunis top of the key. Inside, that's Turnbull who puts it up, no good. Ball's loose, Turnbull comes up with it, feeds it to Bergman off the glass and good. What a nice play. 6 points now for Jackson as it's 17-2. Sonnenberg, again being guarded by Bergman, works around him, puts it up, no good. Bergman grabs the rebound. He'll toss it to Tunis. Quickly down the floor to Landon Turnbull. Turnbull, nice move, up and in. And that's going to be another timeout from the Holgate Tigers as things are starting to look even worse. I mean, it's gone from bad to worse here in the last couple of minutes since we started the second quarter. So it's going to be a full 1 minute timeout as Holgate's going to see what they can figure out to try to do to stop the bleeding here, as the Aces are looking good on the floor tonight and hitting their shots, and again out to a 17-point lead early here in this varsity basketball game. Looking ahead on the schedule, once we finish up here tonight, it'll be a little over a week or so. We won't be back here with the boys in the red zone until January the 18th when they'll be hosting North Central. In between, though, they'll have a couple of girls' games that we'll be playing here on the 14th and 17th. The Lady Aces will be facing Fayette and Tenora in a league game. So we still have a fair amount of basketball coverage coming your way, and I think we're going to try to work in a couple of junior high games in the next couple of weeks as well. One for the boys and one for the girls, or I should say 2 each, because they'll both have 7th and 8th grade games. All right, coming out of the TO, it'll be Holgate Tigers ball on the baseline. 5:52 to go in the half. Kupfer-Smith will get the ball in, and Sonnenberg will bring it up across the timeline. Tunis into the game, number 15, Sparks, or back into the game, I should say, Sparks. Sonnenberg to Kupfer-Smith, top of the key. Kupfer-Smith tries to drive in, bounce pass, and that'll be Hattemer drawing the foul. And that'll be on Landon Turnbull. Team foul number 4 for the Aces. And Blake Hattemer, scoreless so far tonight, will be at the line shooting 2. Clock stops with 5:28 to go. Hattemer, short. Into the game for the Aces, Brody Balzer, number 3, as Jake Miller will have a seat, catch his breath, rest up for a little bit. One more for Hattemer. Up, no good. So Hattemer misses them both. Turnbull to Tunis as we come back the other way with the Aces. Myers down in the corner. And Turnbull now. And now Bergman. Bergman to Myers down in the corner. And Myers will bring the ball back out. And back to Bergman. Jackson looking things over, feeds it off to Balzer. Balzer turn around, puts it up a little bit short. Hattemer grabs the rebound, tosses it over to Sonnenberg. Will come back the other way with the Tigers. Sonnenberg to Wenner. Wenner to Kupfer-Smith. Kupfer-Smith guarded by Myers. Bounce pass back to Wenner on the wing. Wenner kicks it out. That'll be Sparks, and Sparks is going to be fouled. And that's going to be on Tunis. Tunis will pick up his first personal. Team foul number 5. 5 team fouls on the Aces, all of them by 5 different players. So nobody with more than 1 foul personally, but 5 total team fouls. Flips it into Wenner. Wenner on the wing, guarded by Bergman. 4:28 to go. Bounce pass inside to Hattemer. He puts it up and in. Hattemer gets his first bucket of the night. He makes it a 19-4 game. Tunis now for the Aces. Back on offense. Balzer to Myers. Down low. Turnbull. Turnbull turn around. Up and good.
Two-pointer, Landon Turnbull.
Turnbull with about a dozen, I think. He's got so many, I can't just add them up. I can't just glance down and add them up in my head. I'll have to stop and think about it at halftime. Hattemer to Sonnenberg. Is that with or without the free throws? 13 with the free throws. Okay, that was about right. 2 shots. And Tunis picks up his second personal foul. See, I jinxed him when I said everybody only had one foul. Travian picks up his second. And that's going to have, first one is good. So that's Ethan Sparks at the line to shoot 2. Sparks hits the first one to make it 21-5. Miller back into the game as Tunis will have a seat with those 2 fouls. And the second one, no good. Bergman grabs the rebound, tosses it over to Landon Turnbull. Turnbull takes it across the timeline. Balls are on the wing. The Aces set their offense. Knocked out of his hands, and that's Winter. Goes coast to coast and misses the layup. Myers grabs it quickly to Turnbull. Pull-up jumper off the glass, no good. And Bergman, yeah. That's going to be, Bergman's going to be called for pushing off. Going for the rebound, or the old over the back, I guess. So that'll be number 7. That puts the Tigers into the bonus for the remainder of the half. There's 3:15 left to play. So could be a number of free throws that they'll get to shoot here. Sparks is going to be back at the line shooting 1 and 1. He misses the front end. Don't like to see that when you're down. Bergman with the ball. Jackson, spin move up off glass, no good. It comes down into Winter's hands. Other way with the Tigers, Winter to Sonnenberg. Slattery getting ready to check back in for the Aces. Kupfer-Smith tosses it back to Winter. Winter looking things over, guarded by Turnbull. To Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg misses it. Miller's right there to pick up the loose basketball. He'll get it to Myers, and Myers takes it across the timeline with 2:09 left in the half. Balzer down to Bergman. Jackson to Miller. Now down in the corner, that's Turnbull. Turnbull feeds it to Bergman. 3-point shot is good. Another assist for Turnbull. And another timeout on the floor. 2:21 to go in the half. And that'll be an Aces timeout as Coach Tony Tier wants to talk over a couple of things real quickly as they get ready to head into the stretch run here to finish out the first half. Looks like we might have the youngsters playing one of their little mini games at halftime. They're in the stands tonight along with the Upper Deck Pep Band, giving us the musical entertainment. Horn sounds, teams will break huddle. Aces will come back out onto the floor. They're up by 19, 24-5, with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be Holgate's ball. They'll have it out of bounds on the baseline. Wenner will get the ball into Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg across the timeline. Back into the game is Kelly. He's got the ball right now. Kelly to Sparks to Wenner. Wenner drives up, puts it up. Nice looking shot, but it's a little bit short. Now Kelly from the side, no good, and we'll have a foul. And that's going to be, I believe, on Hattemer. Blake Hattemer. And I think that's only their second, that's only their second team foul. They've been playing a pretty clean half of basketball. Myers with the ball. Aces can afford to take their time and let the clock be their friend. And just a bad pass. It's over the head of Landon Turnbull. and out of bounds. Here come the Holgate Tigers. They're down by 19. Sonnenberg looking to make something happen. Gets it to Wenner on the wing. Wenner, top of the key to Kelly. Kelly, bounce pass down low, but they have to kick it right back out. Now Sonnenberg's going to drive to the hoop, puts it up and in. Bailey Sonnenberg. Make it 24-7 with 1:20 to go in the half. Balzer down low. That's that's Slattery. Slattery out. And timeout. Heads up timeout by Coach Tony Tier. Looked like Turnbull might have lost his balance and gone over the half court line, which would have turned the ball over. So Coach Tier quickly takes a quick 30-second timeout to maintain possession at half court for the Aces. 24-7. Again, the Aces have put the Tigers in the bonus. They are shooting free throws for the remainder of the half. Holgate on the other side of the coin has really played a good, clean basketball game. They haven't scored a lot of points, but they haven't committed a lot of fouls. So, I don't know, maybe they need to up their aggressiveness level a little bit and pick up a few fouls and attack the basket a little bit more, as my good friend Jim Seiler would often say. Aces with the ball. Jake Miller gets it in to Myers. Myers crossed the timeline with 1:02 to go in the half. Slattery on the wing. Inside to Turnbull. Turnbull turn around, puts it up, and good. Landon Turnbull's got his shooting eye tonight as he is racking up the points here in this first half. Under a minute. Kelly feeds it off to Kupfer Smith. Kupfer Smith, bounce pass into Hattemer. Hattemer trying to muscle his way in, puts it up off the glass, no good. And people go flying every which way. And they're going to say last touched by Miller. And out of bounds to the Holgate Tigers. Holgate coach, he's maintained possession, but he's just, and we're going to have another whistle. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on number 3. That'll be Brody Balzer picking up his first personal. So Balzer gets team foul number 8 and puts Hattemer at the line. And he's going to shoot 2, I believe. Missed the first one. I'm going to say he was in the act of shooting when he drew that foul. Bergman and Tunis back into the game. Balzer and Slattery will step out. Hattemer with one more. 28.5 seconds left. Off the rim, no good. Wenner grabs the rebound, so the Tigers maintain possession. See if they can put in a couple more before halftime. Kelly pulls up. Off the rim, no good. Kupfer Smith launches it back in. And now Wenner will drive in. He'll kick it out off the hands of Sonnenberg, out of bounds to the Aces. With 11.2 seconds, so the Aces can just kind of kill the clock here. They launch it across the timeline. Landon Turnbull with 6. Bounce pass to Myers with 4. Over to Bergman. And a long 3. And no good from Turnbull. And that'll be the end of the first half. We've reached halftime of the boys varsity game here at the Red Zone tonight. And at halftime, it's the Aces leading the Holgate Tigers 26-7, our halftime score. Now we're going to take a break, but we invite you to stay tuned because Chris, Brian, and I will be back, and we'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. Welcome back to the Red Zone. A little over a minute to go before we get the second half underway. Gonna have to go this kind of quick because camera person Chris wasn't paying attention when I said let's go, let's go, let's go 3 times. Here we go. I'm not gonna waste any more time. Unofficial scoring in the first half. First off for the Tigers, down 26-7 on the scoreboard. It's pretty quick. It's Bailey Sonnenberg with a bucket and 2. Abe Kelly with a bucket and 2. Blake Hattemer with a bucket and 2. And Ethan Sparks with a field goal for 1. And that's their 7 points. And it's really not that difficult on the Aces side either. Leading all scorers, Landon Turnbull. Turnbull, I had him for 5 2-pointers, a 3-pointer, and a couple of free throws for 15. And then 9 points for Jackson Bergman on 3 2s and a 3. And a 2-pointer from Travian Tunis for 2. And that, I believe, makes 26. So there you have it. 26-7. Aces on top. And we're ready to get the third quarter underway as the Aces are looking to go up their record to 7-2 overall, 5-1 at home, and more importantly, 2-0 in the GMC. Undefeated in the GMC. Tigers ball to start the third quarter. Again, our basketball coverage underwritten by the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Bill Murphy calling the play-by-play. Chris Warner running the camera. Brian Williams helping with the stats. Sonnenberg for the Tigers gets it off to Sparks. Now Cooper Smith back to Sonnenberg. And Sparks. Wenner now driving into the paint. Pull-up jumper. No good. And I'll have a whistle. And I think that's going to be Hattemer picking up his second. Yep. Blake Hattemer. That's personal foul number 2 for Blake and team foul number 1 for the Tigers, who maybe are going to up their aggressiveness here a little bit in this second half. Tunis rockets it down to Miller, to Myers on top. Over the wing, down low, Bergman. Bergman almost gets the dribble away from him. It gets it back. Turnbull now goes in. Reverse layup from Landon Turnbull is good. And in a way, I hope he has as good a time as he did in the first half. But if he does, I'm going to run out of space on my score sheet. Hattemer bounce passing it over to Wenner for the Tigers. And stolen away by Bergman. Bergman to Tunis. Tunis will hold the ball. Quickly down the floor. And I'm not sure what that one was. I think Landon was going to try to put it down low for Bergman, and winds up going out of bounds. Sonnenberg to Wenner on the wing. Wenner, and tried to get the ball to Sparks, and Myers was there and just kind of batted it into the stands. Out of bounds back to the Holgate Tigers. Cooper Smith gets it into Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg back to Wenner. Wenner drives in. His reverse layup no good. Hattemer with the putback no good and tries again. And he's going to draw the foul. And that'll be on Bergman. Bergman picks up his third. And that'll put Hattemer at the line to shoot 2. That's team foul number 1 on the Aces, and we might be seeing much of Jackson Bergman until the fourth quarter after this. Blake Hattemer gets the first one. 3 points now for Hattemer. Makes it a 20-point lead for the Aces, 28-8. Hattemer to try to cut that lead to 19. Nope. Bergman grabs the rebound. Over to Turnbull. Turnbull tosses the ball to Tunis. Tunis to Myers. Myers back to Tunis. Tunis puts it up, no good. Hattemer grabs the rebound. Gets it to Wenner. Wenner to Cooper Smith. Guarded by Myers. Cooper Smith into a double team. Gets it off to Hattemer. Hattemer tries to power it in. Nice bounce pass to Sparks. Round the rim, no good. Bergman grabs the board, gets it to Tunis. Tunis quickly to Miller. Miller gets the ball stripped and will come back the other way with the Tigers. Here comes Sonnenberg. He lays it up and good. Bailey Sonnenberg. His second bucket of the night, 4 points now for him, and it's an 18-point game, 28-10. Turnbull to Miller, to Tunis, to Myers for three, bang! Josh Myers, first bucket of the night, and it's a three from the corner to make it 31-10. Cooper Smith spin move, and Bergman just has to basically stand there with his arms up, and just a clean block from Jackson Bergman. Out of bounds, but it stays with the Tigers. Sonnenberg, guarded by Tunis, kicks it out to Wenner. Wenner, back to Sonnenberg on the wing. Bounce pass inside to Hattemer. Hattemer puts it up off the glass and good. Hattemer with 5 points now for the Tigers. As both Medina and Kelly get ready to check back in for Holgate. Bergman on the wing to Tunis, quickly over to Myers, back to Jackson. Bergman gets it to Tunis again. Tunis. Bergman's going to drive baseline, and that'll be an offensive foul. That'll be number 4 on Jackson. Jackson with 4 fouls now, so Bergman will definitely be on the bench until the fourth quarter. So Slattery will come in for Bergman, and Medina and Kelly in for Holgate. Hattemer, ball to Wenner. Wenner to Kelly. Kelly for 3. It's partially blocked. Medina grabs it, kicks it back out to Wenner. Wenner back to Hattemer. Hattemer from just inside the three-point arc gets a long 2. It's 31-14 as Holgate's starting to creep back a little closer. Turnbull trips, gets the ball back. Slattery with it now on the wing. Meyer, another 3. Meyer gets his second 3 to make it 34-14, back to a 20-point lead. Down low, Hattemer, and it's taken away by Landon Turnbull. Turnbull feeds it over to Slattery. Nice! Oh my! Mason Slattery with the nice layup. Assist Turnbull. Medina, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Tigers. 3:02 to go here in our third quarter. Long inbounds to Hattemer, guarded by Myers. Kelly for 3, no good. Tunis grabs the rebound. Tunis across the timeline with 2:48. Turnbull behind the back dribble, working against Hattemer. Fadeaway jumper, in and out, no good. Miller goes up for the rebound, and Jake's going to get the foul. That'll be on the floor, but that's going to be Sam Medina picking up his first personal. And team foul number 2. Hattemer will come out of the game, and Cooper Smith back into the game. Wenner will step out as well. And another quick whistle, and that'll be 2 shots. So Medina quickly racks up 2 personals, and on his second one, he'll put Landon Turnbull at the line to shoot 2. That's team foul number 3 on the Tigers, by the way. Turnbull in and out, no good. He'll get one more. Turnbull gets the second one. Medina gets the ball inbound to Sonnenberg. Guarded by Miller. Sonnenberg to Kupfer-Smith. Back to Sonnenberg. He's going to take it. And it'll be another foul away from the basketball. And Sam Medina with another one. Wow. That's 3 quick ones on Sam Medina. And team foul number 4 on the Tigers. So they're going to bring him out and put Luke Wenner back in. Ace's ball out of bounds. Ball was a common foul on the floor, obviously. Myers to Tunis across the timeline. To Miller, back to Myers. Tunis now. Miller looking things over, flips it over to Tunis. And back to Myers, bounce pass to Turnbull. Turnbull to Miller as they'll run their offense for a little bit, maybe use up a little bit of the clock. Turnbull working against Kupfer-Smith, almost loses the ball, gets it back. Now Tunis down in the corner, gets it to Turnbull. Turnbull turn around off glass, no good. Rebound grabbed by Sonnenberg. He's headed down the floor quickly, but he'll pull up short and let the rest of the team catch up to him. Now Wenner down into the corner. Kupfer-Smith for 3, off the iron, no good. Out of bounds. Last touched by the Aces, so it'll be Holgate's ball. With 1:22 to go in our third quarter. 37-14, Aces up by 23. Kupfer-Smith gets it to Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg to Kelly. A couple of people hit the deck out there. And I think it's going to be Myers. Yep, Myers picks up his second personal. That's team foul number 3. So again, a common foul. It'll be Ace's ball out of bounds. Kupfer-Smith looks to get the ball inbounds. Launches it down to Sonnenberg. He'll bring it across the timeline. Sonnenberg. Back to Kelly. Kelly gets the ball taken away by Slattery, who gets it to Myers, to Turnbull. Turnbull kicks it out. Miller, no good. Tunis gets it back to Miller, and Miller's going to be fouled. And that'll be a 2-shot foul on, well, let's see, Jake Miller is going to go to the line. And that will be on Sparks. Sparks picks up his first personal. Team foul number 5. And Jake Miller, first free throw's good. That's Jake's first point of the night. He's been out there playing his heart out, but finally gets his name in the scoring book. Myers and Tunis will sit down, and Balzer and Bergman in for them for the Aces. Miller's second shot is also good. Sonnenberg across the timeline. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Hattemer gets it to Wenner. Wenner drives in, puts it up, and gets the friendly bounce. Luke Wenner for 2 to make it 39-16. 26 seconds. Turnbull with the ball. Turnbull to Bergman. Jackson tosses it down to Balzer for 3, just a little bit short. Ball loose. Kupfer-Smith gets it for the Tigers. He'll toss it to Kelly. He'll get it to Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg. And we're going to have a foul, and that's going to be on Balzer, I think. Balzer's second personal and team foul number 4 for the Aces. Tunis is going to check back into the game, and they'll pull out Bergman. Probably a little bit anxious having Jackson in there with 4 fouls in the third quarter. But Tunis needed to get a bit of a breather. Kelly puts it up, partially deflected, and that's the end of the third quarter. Hattemer got a shot up, but it was after the buzzer sound, so it wouldn't have counted. So at the end of three, the Aces with a 23-point advantage and looking to be in good shape to go to 2-0 in the GMC. It's 39-16 Hicksville. We'll get ready for the last 8 minutes of basketball from the Red Zone here tonight. We want to say another big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Now, it doesn't feel like it outside right now, but they do tell me that eventually it is going to get cold and we might see some snow and ice. Matter of fact, they're saying to the north of Defiance County, we might see some slippery roadways with all the rain over the weekend. What I'm trying to say is that with winter weather driving coming up shortly, good time to make sure your car is ready for the cold driving months ahead. If you haven't yet, you can stop in and get your car checked out and winterized, ready to go. The service departments at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford can check to make sure your radiator is all set, ready to go. They can give you a tune-up, oil change, whatever basic maintenance you might need. So you will be ready to go when that cold winter driving does roll around. Plus, great selection on the lots. Find out more online at jimschmidtauto.com or stop by and see for yourself at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick or Jim Schmidt Ford right here in Hicksville, Ohio. So glad to have them underwriting our basketball coverage here on HIX-TV. Tunis to Miller. Miller goes up, strong move, and it's good. Jake Miller gets a field goal, and 4 points now for Jake here tonight. 41-16 as the Aces, again, are with a comfortable lead. Balzer picks the pocket of Wenner, and here comes Hicksville. Tunis now on the wing, and we're going to have a whistle. And Gavin Cooper-Smith picks up his second personal and team foul number 6 as he was reaching in, going for the ball, and got a bit of the wrist. Josh Myers across the timeline, quickly down to Slattery. Spin move, nothing there for Mason. Gets it back to Balzer. Back to Mason on the wing. Slattery drives in. He takes a bit of a bump. Puts the shot up. No good. Hattemer grabs the board. Tosses it over to Sonnenberg. And here come the Tigers. Wenner now. And we're going to have another whistle. And I think that might be Slattery. Yep. Mason Slattery. That's his first personal and team foul number 5 as both teams starting to close in now on putting their opponent into the bonus here in the fourth quarter. Cooper-Smith into Hattemer. Hattemer powers it up, puts it up, no good. No whistle underneath the hoop. Tunis quickly down to Slattery. Slattery turnaround up off the glass, no good, and it comes down into Wenner's hands. He'll toss it to Cooper-Smith, and the Aces will fall back on defense. Cooper-Smith across the timeline. Cooper-Smith guarded by Tunis. Down low, and it's nice move. Miller almost had the steal, was going to fall out of bounds, and flipped it in, and it bounced off of Wenner out of bounds. So the Aces maintain possession. Heads up play from Jake Miller. Myers across the timeline. Closing in on 6 minutes left to go in the game. Miller to Tunis down in the corner. Travian traveled. Nope. Travian got hacked. I thought he took an extra step there. So Kelly will pick up his first foul. And that'll be team foul number 7. And that'll put the Aces into the bonus. And Travian Tunis at the line to shoot 1 and 1. It comes with 6 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the game. Tunis misses the front end. Hattemer grabs the rebound. He tosses it over to Sonnenberg, and here come the Tigers. Sonnenberg tries to get it inside down low and makes a nice pass to Principal Slattery. And Jeff will just turn it over to Travian Tunis. Okay, there we go. Josh Myers across the timeline with 5:42 to go in the game. Miller loses the handle but gets the ball back. Myers now down to Slattery on the wing. Back to Myers down in the corner. Myers spinning, bounce pass. Miller picks it up. Oh, what a nice shot from Jake Miller. Jake Miller from underneath the hoop puts it up, bounces it off the backboard, and gets the hoop. Medina getting ready to check back in along with number 21, Hayden Hartman for Holgate. Winner to Sonnenberg. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Winner drives in, and his layup no good. Put back, and that's going to be a foul on Balzer, I believe. And that's going to send Blake Hattemer to the line. Balzer picks up foul number 3, team foul number 6. So after the next Aces foul, it'll be bonus time for the Holgate Tigers. Kyler Baird from the JV team getting ready to check in for Hicksville. Hattemer hits the first one. Hattemer quietly has gotten up he's got 8 points now. And Cam Straub is also coming in off the JV squad, along with Kyler Baird. Hattemer has one more here. Hattemer gets them both. It's 9 points for Blake. Tunis with the ball. As the Aces look to close this one out, they're leading 43-18. And like I said, I think they're going to slow down the pace of this game a little bit. Kyler Baird to Slattery. And back to Tunis. Baird now driving in. And Slattery, and again, the Aces are just going to work their offense and take time off the clock. Slattery back to Baird. They're going to make the Tigers come out and get them, as we're just about to the halfway point of the quarter, as we have got 4 minutes exactly left in the game. And the clock continues to roll. Tunis puts it up and gets the bounce. Tunis makes it 45-18. 3:45 as Sonnenberg goes in, flips it up, no good. Slattery grabs the board. Tunis quickly the other way. Bounce pass and the no look to Straub, who gets it to Baird. They'll work it around now. Balzer, and top of the key, Tunis for 3, bang! And timeout on the floor from Holgate. The Tigers want to talk it over. With 3:23 to go, it's a 30-point lead now for the Aces. And there's no two ways about it. This is gut check time for the Holgate Tigers. This is one of those rough nights where you just got to kind of suck it up, and you got to play as hard as you can and do what you can in the time that's left, and you can't quit. But in all likelihood, with a 30-point lead, the Aces, in all likelihood, have this game well in hand. So 3:23 to go. The Aces have 3 timeouts remaining if they choose to use them, and Holgate still has a couple left. 17 fouls on the Tigers, 6 on the Aces, so the next Hicksville foul will put the Holgate Tigers into the bonus. Medina inbounds to Kelly, and we're underway. Kelly bounce pass to Wenner. Wenner loses it but gets it back under control. Wenner tries to feed it in. Boston Hoopman into the game. Gets the ball over to Balzer. Balzer gets it under control. He tosses it over to Cam Straub. as it's pretty much a junior varsity squad on the floor. Straub runs it up, lays it in. So Straub gets a couple of varsity points tonight. 50-18. Wenner, guarded by Hootman now, drives in, lays it up. Count it. And he'll go to the line. That's going to be Slattery getting his second, team foul number 7. And that'll be Luke Wenner. He got the bucket, and he'll look to be able to complete the three-point play into the game now, number 32. That's Owen Leaders for Holgate off of the junior varsity squad, or at least I think that's who it is. Up and good.
And number 14, Robbie Thacker.
So Wenner. Nope, number 14 is going to be Robbie Thacker. Off the JV squad. And there's also a number 32 out there, and we'll see if we can figure out who he is. Slattery, no good. Baird grabs the rebound, trying to clear it out of there. Kyler Baird puts it up, and good.
Basketball, Kyler Baird.
So Baird gets a couple of varsity points. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Shot from Kelly, and that's good for 3.
Three-pointer by Abe Kelly.
Kelly makes it 52-24 with 1:57. Baird down in the corner to Balzer. Balzer driving baseline. Bounce passes. Ball is loose. Picked up and kicked out of bounds by Thacker. So it'll be Ace's ball with 1:43. Hunter Betts, number 30, checking into the game for Hicksville. As Mason Slattery will step out. Slattery looks like he'll be done for the night with 2 points to his credit. Cam Straub, guarded by Thacker. Straub to Betts. Betts to Hootman. Austin driving in, loses the ball. It's picked up by the Tigers. Kelly with it now with 1:22. Kelly, guarded by Balzer. Shot up, no good. And Medina, underneath the bucket, is going to draw the foul. And Hootman picks up his first foul. And that'll be a 2-shot foul against Sam Medina. So Medina at the line, shooting 2. Down 52-24. He hits it. Medina gets a point for the night. And that one's in and out, no good. Straub grabs the board. Cam Straub to Hootman. And Hootman's going to be fouled by Medina. That'll be his 4th. So Hunter Gershutz is coming into the game wearing number 20 for Holgate. Hootman misses the front end. And it'll be Tigers ball. Bringing it up, number 14, Robbie Thacker across the timeline with 47 seconds. Thacker goes to the hoop, puts it up, no good. Ball loose. It's grabbed by Gershutz and knocked loose by Baird. Baird getting control, gets it off to Balzer with 33. Balzer across the timeline with 30. To Betts. Back to Baird to Hootman. Austin drives in, puts it up, no good. Thacker grabs the board, quickly up the floor, feeds it over to Gershutz to Kelly. Kelly's long 3, no good. Put back, no good. Another try, no good. They're still fighting around, rolling around. And that's going to be a jump ball, I believe, and that should stay with Holgate with 1.9 seconds left in the game. So for all intents and purposes, 2 seconds to go, and it'll be Tigers ball out of bounds on the baseline. As a lot of people are starting to put their jackets on. Bounce pass in, Kelly puts it up and good. Or no, that was 32, and that was Richard Bauer. So your final score, 52-27, as the Aces knock off the Tigers here tonight. And we're gonna quickly tally things up as best we can. Okay. Bear with me. Okay, I think we've got it. So let's begin with the Holgate Tigers on the short end of the scoreboard tonight. Their leading scorer tonight was Blake Hattemer. Blake had a quiet first half with just a bucket, but he put in a couple more field goals and 3 free throws to finish up the night with 9 points to his credit. After that, a couple of Tigers scoring 5 tonight. Luke Wenner with 2 free field goals and a free throw in the second half for 5. And Abe Kelly had a bucket for 2 in the first half and a 3-pointer in the second half for 5 points tonight. 4 points from Bailey Sonnenberg, and then 2 points from Richard Bauer up off the JV squad, and a point each for Ethan Sparks and for Sam Medina. On the Aces side of the coin, leading all scorers tonight and the only player in double figures in the varsity game, Landon Turnbull. Turnbull had a strong first half, to say the least, with 15 points. He put in 3 more in the second half to unofficially finish with 18 points to his credit tonight. Jackson Bergman coming up just shy of double figures. Jackson had 3 field goals and a 3-pointer, all of them in the first half for 9 points total tonight. And then 7 points for Travian Tunis on a couple of deuces and a 3. 2 3-pointers for Josh Myers for 6 points. 6 points also for Jake Miller with a couple of buckets and a couple of free throws. After that, 2 points each for Cam Straub, for Kyler Baird, and for Mason Slattery to round out the unofficial scoring for the Aces this evening. With the win, Hicksville ups their overall record to 8-2. They're 5-1 here on the home floor and 2-0 in the Green Meadows Conference. Probably the most important of those records here tonight. So a big win for the Aces as they dominate and control the Tigers here this evening. As we mentioned, it's a bit of a layoff now for the Aces, as they will not be back here on the home floor until January the 18th, where they'll host North Central. They do have a couple of games coming up next week on the road at Hilltop and Tenora. Our next broadcast from here at the Red Zone is going to be coming up on January 14th with the Lady Aces hosting Fayette. So we hope that you will join us for that coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. And with that, we're going to wrap things up for this evening. A big thank you once again to the Hicksville Athletic Department, Mr. Overmeyer and Hott, the co-athletic directors. Thanks also to the Upper Deck Pep Band for some great musical entertainment here tonight. To the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, for underwriting our coverage. And most of all, to you for tuning in and joining us this evening. Hope you enjoyed the varsity basketball coverage here on HIX-TV this evening. So there you have it, another nice win for the Aces tonight. Final score one more time. It's the Hicksville Aces beating the Holgate Tigers in boys varsity basketball action. 52-27, the final score. Now for Brian Williams taking the stats, and for Chris Warner running the camera, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you a good night and good sports.